Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Peep the title. Africans did not create Black American culture. Now, why would I have a title like that? The reason is because now there are Africans sitting on podcasts arguing that Black American music genres were really African creations. So, this is what we're up against now. So, that is why I'm doing the video. Africans did not create Black American culture. None of the genres or anything else that is our creation. Black American culture is globally dominant. That creates envy and confusion. Black American music genres, blues, jazz, gospel, R&B, rock, funk, soul, hip hop, are some of the most influential cultural exports in world history. They shaped global entertainment, fashion, slang, and even political movements. When a culture becomes that dominant, people around the world start trying to claim it, attach themselves to it, rewrite its origin, and minimize the group that created it. And we see all of that. This happens with every globally dominant culture. Black Americans just happen to be the only non immigrant, non colonized group whose culture became the world's blueprint. Okay? So, this is where we're going to start. So, why are we having this problem with some African immigrants? Well, some African immigrants feel pressure to elevate their identity in America. When people immigrate to the United States, they enter a racial hierarchy they didn't create. Some respond by distancing themselves from Black Americans, claiming cultural superiority, and rewriting history to feel more rooted or prestigious, trying to align themselves with the most powerful cultural products in the country is what some of them do. Claiming Black American music becomes a way to say, we're not outsiders, we're part of the culture that runs this place. It's an assimilation strategy, even if it's misguided. And since it's mostly on social media that we see these discussions, we have to realize that social media incentivizes origin battles. The platforms reward hot takes, nationalist pride, and cultural one upmanship. They sit up there and claim, we created that. We created all of those music genres. So they say things like that to feel big on social media. Social media thrives on people having friction battles. So you get people saying stuff like hip hop came from Africa. Jazz is African music. And most insulting of all, Black Americans are just Africans who forgot their culture. These claims are not historically correct, but they're algorithm bait. So we already know that these people do things like this so they can get clicks and views. Because if they don't drag us into it, the clicks and views are not going to be very high. So we know that, but it's still offensive. There is a misunderstanding of African influence versus African creation. Yes, Black Americans have African ancestry. No, that does not mean African countries created Black American culture. What we know is that our ancestors were forced into this new land. They were cut off from specific ethnic cultures. They built entirely new cultural systems under oppression. Those systems became the foundation of American music. Black American music is not African music, it's Black American, just like reggae is Jamaican, just like samba is Brazilian, just like Afrobeats is Nigerian. Shared ancestry does not equal shared culture. Now, here comes the big booger. Some people struggle with the idea that Black Americans built something unique. There's a psychological layer here. Some Africans feel pride in being connected to the diaspora. Some feel guilt about the slave trade. Some feel defensive about their own cultural global visibility or the lack thereof. Some feel overshadowed by Black American influence. Some want to feel like the parent culture. So claiming Black American music becomes a way to say, you came from us, so what you created belongs to us. But that is not how culture works. And we see all of this on social media. All of these ideas come through on social media when you listen to some African immigrant conversations. And I do want to point out that a lot of this activity is going on online on the internet because offline, the reality is different. When Black Americans visit African countries, the reception is overwhelmingly warm, respectful, curious, and welcoming. The online hostility is not the real world norm. And it's not just online in the United States. A lot of this is coming out of England, out of the Black Brits, as they call themselves. They are very active online with this. Black American music genres are Black American inventions, born from Black American experiences and documented by historians, ethnomusicologists, and the Library of Congress. No amount of online revisionism changes that. And I don't think it's helpful to argue with people about our culture, but I do think that it is right to put out the facts. And the facts speak for themselves. People trying to define us and redefine us is very offensive. And if they don't have the position that they want in the world, that's not our fault. But they can't take our culture and our history and twist it around and throw it up and throw it down and try to make it try to make it be what they want it to be so they can feel good about themselves. That's not our responsibility. So again, Africans did not create Black American culture, not the music, not the art, not the slang, none of the things that we claim as Black American culture were invented by Africans. They have their own unique and wonderful cultures, and they need to tell the world about that. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video, and have a good day.